Okay, I realize that I've been posting a lot and just in general been posting a lot, but is there really something here to connect to, right? Meaning, I don't know you probably don't know me, however, maybe you've been watching my stuff. It's much easier to connect with someone when you know a bit more context about their life, right? Like, just the basic facts about someone, my story, and just a little bit more about my life. So you have something to connect to. So, hi, I'm Madeline. I am the fifth generation with the middle name of Anne. I am from Huntington Beach down in Southern California. I've always been a Cali girl, I've never lived anywhere else, and somehow managed to never get a Valley girl voice. No, quite the opposite. I've always been known as the shy, quiet girl. I am the oldest of four kids, and my parents tell me that when they had me, I was such an angel of a child that they decided to have more, and the rest of my siblings are not quite as angelic. Just kidding, they are. They're sweet humans. It was kind of just a joke, just to be like, wow, you were just such an angel child, like you hardly ever cry. And that followed me for quite some time because we were all in this religion. I may or may not mention what religion we were in. But I was a goody two shoe. I prayed every day, I journaled every day, I was just all about it. And in many ways, it still is within me, even though I don't practice and even though I don't go to this church in particular. It kept me from doing any sort of drugs, so I've never done drugs. I have accidentally eaten weed brownies before, and that was hilarious. And I have been ever so slightly tipsy from a glass of wine. But other than that, I have not done any hardcore drugs. That religion helped me build an intuition within me to know like who is the right people to hang out with, what should I be listening to, what should I be consuming. So in a lot of ways, it protected me, and just for that, I am grateful. Then fitness and nutrition kind of came into my life when I was about 9 or 10 years old. We had a house fire in Huntington Beach in our garage due to an electric spark. That is a story within itself, I'll share on another day. But we are unable to recover fully from that incident, and so we end up living with my grandparents. My parents have a falling out because my dad is in and out of rehab and not doing so great with his addiction, which leaves my mom with four kids living at her parents' house and wondering what the heck is she supposed to do now. Luckily, because I was such a shy girl, you really could say I was such a gift of a child. We're kind of going back to like before the house fire. I was in preschool and I would never talk to anybody at school. So basically, long story short, I got kicked out. And so my mom was like, what the heck am I supposed to do? Like, I gotta either homeschool her or take her to another school. And one of her friends suggested going to the Waldorf school. It's a huge curriculum, it's a huge community, it's beautiful. And so she looks into it and she says, okay, I'm gonna try this out. So we have this local Orange County Waldorf school. You can look it up, it still exists. And we have an interview there and we fell in love. Albeit I was still pretty shy. It wasn't like I was just cured overnight. But what my teacher realized was that I don't think you're shy. I think that you're fine. I think it's the environment that you're in. I think that you're just a completely different personality than most people, and that's a wonderful thing. She made me a poem that I had to recite every Tuesday morning. That's also a long story, but um, and it was about speaking and about using my words and about speaking from my heart, and that was really beautiful too. Okay, flash forward back to after the fire. We're at my grandparents' house. For some reason, have like this dream, this vision of like creating the dream body that I want. I literally like draw it into a book, draw my body as like an adult, and it's like chiseled and lean and all this great. And so, what do? I get cracking. I get to work. I start working out in the backyard very consistently. I have like a body weight workout thing that I found, and I'm just doing these body weight workouts in the backyard. I'm like watching what I eat. I'm like fasting more often. Where did I get all these ideas from as a 10-year-old? I don't know. Well, basically, 3 years later, my mom becomes a handwork teacher for this Waldorf curriculum. We end up moving up to the Bay Area, so we're close by San Francisco, because there is only one job position open for handwork. So she goes in for an interview, she gets the position. We all four of us kids get to go to this Waldorf school for free because if you're a parent and you work there at that school, you don't have to pay the private school tuition. If that wasn't like a win 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 sort of situation, I don't know what was. My mom got to give us a beautiful education. She got to keep an eye on us because we're all, just a bunch of rambunctious poor kids. So we were practically together around the clock all the time. It was great. Flash forward to high school, I never really got into like playing competitive sports, but I got into cross country the first season, soccer the second, and then swimming in the third season, like for all 3 years. Freshman year, I didn't do that, but all 3 years after that, I played those three sports in every season. I became the typical cardio bunny. I was so athletic. I was running 5Ks, and then I was running across the field to go get a ball, and then I was swimming 500s. So that's like 20 laps without stopping. My hunger skyrocketed through the roof. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I joked and would say that I have a hollow leg. After high school, I had gained about 20 pounds, which maybe wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was a lot for me. And I decided to, now that I don't have these sports to kind of keep me accountable to, staying on top of my exercise, I just thought, I'm going to go get a gym membership. And that is what started the journey of getting into bodybuilding. I was consistently working out every day, and someone approached me and said, "Hey, you're pretty consistent. Have you ever thought about getting into bodybuilding?" And the rest is history. I've done 3 bodybuilding shows, and although it's been a couple years, I do plan on doing another one this upcoming year. My last show, the judges said that I just need to come in leaner next time and then build out my shoulders a little bit more. So that's what I've been focusing on this year. And wow, it's honestly crazy how hard it is to grow your shoulders. So I'm like keeping up with growing my glutes and then growing my shoulders, and I kind of just rotate between that all the time. And so for most of my 20s, all I really did was go to the gym, work out, go to college, go to work. And it wasn't really until I like graduated from getting my bachelor's degree that I realized I need to go all in on my fitness and nutrition passion. That is the thing I cannot stop thinking. I was working at a 9 to 5, and I was just seeing how out of shape and unhealthy everybody was in all these, cubicles around me. Everyone gave way more of a shit about the numbers than their own health, and it was so scary. And so all this concern that I've had for my own health all these years started to actually go more outward. Now that I feel okay about my own health, I'm starting to look more outward and see like, oh my gosh, this is pretty prevalent for most of America. And so in 2023, that is when I started Hatch Services. It is a online fitness and nutrition service company. So basically what I do is I set up protocols, nutrition and or fitness, and I hand that over to you. And then what we do is we meet weekly 1-to-1 and we talk about how things went and how things could do better in the next week. It's been pretty amazing to see the growth that my clients have made so far this year. And I seriously can't wait to see the huge community that I build, the amount of people that I impact, and just the dent that I put into the industry. I'm also getting into corporate wellness, so I'm actually getting back into the 9 to 5 sort of setting and helping employees get and stay healthy. So that is where I have come from. That is a little bit more about me. I hope that there was a little sprinkle of connection, a little bit of like, hey, I can resonate with that point, or wow, that's amazing. I didn't know you gone through something like that. There is a lot more I actually could tell. I'll just save it for another time because there is a lot more to the story than what I told. But that is a pretty basic overview of everything. So feel free to let me know like what we have in common. Let me know what resonates with you down below, and we'll talk soon.